I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. We are continuing with Jeremiah. This will be chapter 29. Jeremiah tells Jews in Babylon to prepare for 70 years of captivity. Those remaining in Jerusalem shall yet be scattered. Shemaiah prophesies falsely and is cursed. I also want to mention that this video does have a Joseph Smith translation in it. What the Joseph Smith translation is, this is an inspired translation or correction of the Bible done by Joseph Smith to restore those passages that had been lost over the years. Now these are the words of the letter that Jeremiah the prophet sent from Jerusalem unto the residue of the elders which were carried away captive, and to the priests, and to the prophets, and to all the people whom Nebuchadnezzar had carried away captive from Jerusalem to Babylon. After that Jeconiah the king, and the queen, and the eunuchs, the princes of Judah and Jerusalem, and the carpenters and smiths were departed from Jerusalem, by the hand of Elisha the son of Shaphan, and Gemariah the son of Hilkiah, whom Zedekiah king of Judah sent unto Babylon to Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon. Build ye houses, and dwell in them, and plant gardens, and eat the fruit of them. Take ye wives, and beget sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased there, and not diminished. And seek the peace of the city whither I have caused you to be carried away captives, and pray unto the Lord for it, for in the peace thereof shall ye have peace. So Jeremiah is writing a letter to the Jews, the captive Jews in Babylon, to Ezekiel and the people that he's addressing, and to Daniel, to all these people. He's sending this letter, and he sends it by the hand of these two men who are being sent by Zedekiah to the king. So Zedekiah sends these messengers to the king, probably to pay the tribute for the year. And Jeremiah writes this letter and gives it to him and says, "You go read this to the people, to the Jews out there, to our people out there." And this is the message: hunker down. That's where you're going to live for a while, and pray for them. Do what you can to help them, because that is going to be your home for a while. Verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Let not your prophets and your diviners that be in the midst of you deceive you, neither hearken to your dreams which ye cause to be dreamed. For they prophesy falsely unto you in my name. I have not sent them, saith the Lord. For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you, and perform my good word toward you, in causing you to return to this place. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart. And I will be found of you, saith the Lord. And I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all nations, and from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord. And I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive. Because ye have said, The Lord hath raised us up prophets in Babylon. Know that thus saith the Lord of the king that sitteth upon the throne of David, and of all the people that dwelleth in the city, and of your brethren that are not gone forth with you into captivity. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Behold, I will send upon them the sword, the famine, and the pestilence, and will make them like vile figs, that cannot be eaten, they are so evil. And I will persecute them with the sword, and with the famine, and with the pestilence, and will deliver them to be removed to all the kingdoms of the earth, to be a curse, and an astonishment, and an hissing, and a reproach among all the nations whither I have driven them, because they have not hearkened unto my word, saith the Lord, which I sent unto them by my servants the prophets, rising up early and sending them. But ye would not hear, saith the Lord. Well, this is, saying, hunker down, you're going to be there, it's going to be 70 years before you return. Now that 70 years actually started with the first wave of Babylonian captivity 8 years earlier, or this might be 10, 15 years earlier. But it's still 70 years before anybody gets to return. Don't listen to prophets who tell you otherwise, because they're not sent from me. And know that the people that are still in Jerusalem are not going to save you, because they're going to be destroyed too. So that's the message. Don't rely on the Jews still in Jerusalem. They're about to be destroyed. Don't listen to the false prophets because they're not sent from me. Now, I did like this one point here before we continue. When he talks about dreams, neither hearken to your dreams which ye cause to be dreamed. This makes me think of the people. People naturally have dreams. It's just a natural part of existence. And sometimes people want to give more meaning to their dreams than is warranted. And that's what I think he's talking about here. Dreams that you have caused to be dreamed. In other words, I had a dream last night. Maybe it was my wishful thinking that we will return to Babylon, but I am going to call it a prophecy from God. And I'm going to start telling everybody, oh, I had this wonderful dream that we're all going to go back to Jerusalem. You say, don't listen to that stuff. Don't listen to it, because it's not from me. I didn't send those dreams. But before we continue reading, there is a Joseph Smith translation here in verse 19, chapter 29, where it says, I sent unto them by my servants the prophets, rising up early and sending them, but ye would not hear. Joseph Smith corrects this. I sent unto them by my servants the prophets, commanding them to rise early and sending them, but you would not hear. So it's the same change that has been made in various other places in the book of Jeremiah, that it's God telling the prophets to rise up. God doesn't rise up early again. God never sleeps. It's the prophets that rise up early to go out and do the will of the Lord and spread the word. Now let us go back and we will finish this chapter. Verse 20. Hear ye therefore the word of the Lord, all ye of the captivity, whom I have sent from Jerusalem to Babylon. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, of Ahab the son of Koliah, and of Zedekiah the son of Maaseiah, which prophesy a lie unto you in my name. Behold, I will deliver them into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, and he shall slay them before your eyes. And of them shall be taken up a curse by all the captivity of Judah, which are in Babylon, saying, The Lord make thee like Zedekiah, and like Ahab, whom the king of Babylon roasted in the fire, because they have committed villainy in Israel, and have committed adultery with their neighbors' wives, and have spoken lying words in my name, which I have not commanded them, even I know, and am a witness, saith the Lord. He said, don't listen to the false prophets. And now he names two of the false prophets and prophesies their destruction. They are roasted in the fire. Sounds a lot like the fiery furnace that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were saved from, doesn't it? Verse 24. Thus shalt thou also speak to Shemaiah the Nehelamite, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, saying, Because thou hast sent letters in thy name unto all the people that are at Jerusalem, and to Zephaniah the son of Maaseiah the priest, and to all the priests, saying, The Lord hath made thee priest in the stead of Jehoiada the priest, that ye should be officers in the house of the Lord. For every man that is mad and maketh himself a prophet, that thou shouldest put him in prison and in the stocks. Now therefore, why hast thou not reproved Jeremiah of Anathoth, which maketh himself a prophet to you? For therefore he sent unto us in Babylon, saying, This captivity is long. Build ye houses, and dwell in them, and plant gardens, and eat the fruit of them. And Zephaniah the priest read this letter in the ears of Jeremiah the prophet. Then came the word of the Lord unto Jeremiah, saying, Send to all them of the captivity, saying, Thus saith the Lord concerning Shemaiah the Nehelamite, Because that Shemaiah hath prophesied unto you, and I sent him not, and he caused you to trust in a lie. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will punish Shemaiah the Nehelamite, and his seed, and he shall not have a man to dwell among his people, neither shall he behold the good that I will do for my people, saith the Lord, because he hath taught rebellion against the Lord. So what's happening here is that Shemaiah is also in Babylon, and he hears the letter from Jeremiah telling the people to hunker down, you're going to be there a while. And so he sends a letter back to Jerusalem to the priests and says, look, it is your job as priests to put down all these insane guys who are claiming to be prophets. So why haven't you stopped Jeremiah? Why is he writing us these letters? The priests take it to Jeremiah. And Jeremiah says, okay, send him a reply. And the reply is, you're done. Your family is going to be destroyed. 3 false prophets in Babylon are named and their destruction prophesied. We leave that here, and we will be still in Jeremiah for a brief time before going to Ezekiel, so we'll see you there.